Hi everyone, welcome to our live this evening. Just setting everything up, so bear with me while I click and make sure I can see any of your comments as they come up, because I know LinkedIn doesn't allow me to see them on the post. Make sure if you want to do any comments or questions along the way today, you can. That's not a problem at all. The comments will just come up. So please ask as many questions as you like. Otherwise, the two of us will just literally sit and chat random stuff for you. So if you do have any questions, do let us know. So today we are doing the second of our photographer's journey. And basically, it's a series to show you what photographer journeys are like. So you don't really feel on your own. So you know that we all go through the same things as each other, and it's a little bit of inspiration as well too. And today we are joined by Samantha Jayne, who is an amazing wedding photographer. She won Wedding Photographer of the Year 2021. Was that right for something? And
2018, 2019, 2020, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So all of the things. So she's up there with the wedding photography. She does events as well. And yeah, awesome things. So hello.
Hi, gorgeous.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, if I had a nice wine, but this one really isn't. So yeah.
I still can't believe you're still drinking it.
Yeah, I'm putting it down. It's not pleasant.
Yeah, I'm impressed. See, I joined you with the vodka, but the vodka's safer than wine, I think. Massively,
Yeah, I need a gin.
So tell us a little bit about you and how you became a photographer and
right, long story. I grew up with cameras. My granddad and my uncle worked in TV and film, and my dad did briefly as well with them. I used to prance the other side of the camera going, look at me, as you do. And then I got more interested in this side of things. Did a bit of modelling. Didn't like that. Much prefer being behind the camera. And then it started off, it was just like taking pictures of friends and family. And I was quite happy just doing that, family parties, the kids, especially my own kids. And then I was visiting family down London for my nan's surprise birthday party. And while I was down there, I didn't take a camera with me. My eldest, who's 15 now, he wasn't even a year old at the time. And I've got a picture of my cousin Amy, who just turned 18. She was like the most beautiful girl in the world. Just turned 18, and she's got a picture. I've got a picture on a crappy old Nokia phone. It was a crappy old Nokia phone. Really bad picture. You know the ones. Holding him as a baby. And a couple of days later, she died from meningitis. And I was just like, I'm never going to be able to recreate that. It's like, yeah, it's powerful. I mean, shit quality photo, but it's one of my favorite images ever, because I'm never going to be able to get that again. And I decided that's what I want to do in my life, create those memories for people and preserve them. And for me, it's more about emotion. So weddings, anything like that, I absolutely adore. I tried the whole newborn thing, not my bag. Posing babies for hours on end, no. I much prefer things as they happen. So weddings are the best. I do a bit of everything else, apart from newborns. Events, branding, family shoots, but more natural outdoor location ones. But weddings are my passion. So yeah.
That's powerful. That's a reminder to everybody who's watching right now how important our roles are.
Preserve those memories, because that's all you get. Once they're gone, and yeah.
We won't stay on. We won't. You're like, now I'm gonna have now I'm gonna have some of the horrible
horrible
the horrible I didn't realise we were going that deep. I should have asked you
No,
that.
I
A bit more prepared.
don't put straight in there either, but you know, that's how it goes. So yeah.
So is that when you became a photographer, or were you in another job at the same time?
No, I mean, for years I ran pubs and clubs, and then I had the kids, so it was. I kind of decided once that happened, because I've been doing it as a hobby more than anything else for friends and family, that was where I was meant to go, and what I was meant to do in my life. So I invested a lot in training and kit and everything else, and any course I could get my hands on, I was just like, get me in there. And I just dove straight head first. I didn't even decide to just like take your time. No, straight in there, head first, jump in both feet, and have a look back. Yeah, that's just me though. I mean, I'm not one of those like and ah. I just if I do something, I do it. I'm all in. So
yeah. If it helps, yeah, I'm the same. I just kind of if I think about it for too long, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. No, I can't sit and weigh up pros and cons, because like I say, otherwise you're going to talk yourself out of something that you really, really want to do. So what's the point? If you want to do something, you do it. And if you don't enjoy doing it, then it's not for you. But I love it. So yeah.
And you're super busy as well. Like I'm always seeing you running around and racing about and.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not so bad now, because I try and make more of a work-life balance, so that I still get to enjoy things. I mean, it's hard because the kids are older now. The eldest one, he doesn't want to do anything, unless it's with his mates or he's on his PlayStation. So, but the little one, he's like, can we do this? Can we do that? And he's 12. So it's trying to be able to do that as well as fit everything else in. And I was like, do you know what? You've got to start saying no to things and start focusing more on what's important. So, but I do struggle to say no, because I'm just like, oh, everyone deserves the amazing photos. So go on, then I'll squeeze it in somewhere. And then I'll look at my diary and I'm like, why? Why have you done this to yourself? So yeah, still trying to nail down that work-life balance, but it's getting there.
I don't think I know a photographer that has truly worked out how to
do that. It doesn't happen. There's always something to be done. And it's not like you constantly shoot either, because it's always behind the scenes, and the admin and the editing. And oh God, last year the editing was horrific. It was like 2 years of wedding squeezed into 4 months. So it was just like, I was glued to, if I wasn't shooting, I was glued to the computer. And thankfully, my clients are all amazing and so understanding. And as long as you keep people updated as to where they are in the queue, you had no issues. I know a lot of photographers struggled with their clients, but mine, they're the best. They should just so supportive, and they're just like, yeah, you take your time. I'm like, well, this is where you are, and this is where I am in the queue, and you're all the way down here, but I will get to you as soon as I can, I promise. But yeah, they were fantastic. I managed to blast them all out before Christmas, and then I had to shoot a couple more after Christmas, but I was like, I'm up to date and relaxed, because it was mental. It was so hard. And, you know, the whole industry has struggled so much with the whole COVID situation and postponements and cancellations and not having any money coming in, not being able to shoot anything. So to be able to actually get out and shoot, I didn't care that I was about to drop dead from exhaustion. Just got my stuff over there. I didn't care. I was just like, I'm busy, I'm loving this, I'm back out there doing what I love. There's time to sleep when you're dead. Yeah. And just
but it is hard. I've seen it. I mean, you know, I don't do weddings. I say that there's a few people who have twisted my arm, but I don't really touch weddings anymore. I used to do quite a few, but I've just been looking at the people who have come through COVID and then trying to fit all those cancellations and the postponements and the movements in is wow. Like,
I mean, I've got a couple of postponed ones this year, and I just cannot wait to be able to shoot them and have them done and say to my clients, yes, you finally got there, because they've been waiting so long. But yeah, it was a nightmare. and trying to get your clients to coordinate with you and check your diary so that they could actually reschedule to fit around you was, most of them did. I mean, I think I had one who was a bit of a tricky one to put it nicely. But the majority of them, they were just like, well, when can you do? We'll work around you. And I was like, thank you so much, because this is like really killing me now. I was sitting there crying into my diary at one point. I was just like, oh, I can't cope with this. And it was like, we were all struggling. The whole industry just like, we're crippled. And let's say the government were useless. But to be able to get through to the other side, it's just amazing.
Are you finding inquiries picking up now with weddings? Are you finding that they're, or are people still a bit?
It swings around about. I think a lot of it is, especially at the moment, the like rising cost of living. Everyone's like, oh my God, how are we going to pay for a wedding? Especially like electricity and petrol and everything else. It's just everything comes at once, doesn't it? So another hurdle to overcome. But yeah, I mean, I'm still getting bookings coming in. I've got up to 2024 booked in, so yeah, I'm trying not to take on as many. Like I say, I'm trying to get that work-life balance, and I'm going to cut off at a certain point, unless it's something that sounds really amazing. Then I'll be like, yeah, I'm here, book me in. But
I'm going to ask you at the end of this year how many you do that with.
Yeah. I always say I'm only going to book in 20, and it never works out like that. It's more like double that. But yeah, but like I say, I don't just do weddings. I do a lot of other stuff in between. It's like I've got I love doing parties because they're small, quick jobs, but it's still, you get that atmosphere from the emotion and everything else. It's like I've got a friend's 40th at the end of this month that I cannot wait to shoot. She's lovely and she likes her crystals and stuff too. So we
prior to this, we were slightly late in starting just because we were comparing our crystal purchases.
Yeah, has to be done. We do love them.
Oh, we do. We could have just not come live.
We could just like crystal wine.
We would have just spent hours chatting about them.
Crystals and meditation and mindset, and
yeah, we'd be well on it. But yeah. So what? I had a question, and then we went to crystals.
Sorry,
and now I'm like, there's no questions to go at all. Let's talk about the work-life balance side of it.
Yes.
So I know that's obviously what you're striving for now. I know it's something that a lot of photographers find super hard because we do work. Yeah. And we are in an industry where most of us are probably needed to work weekends, or we need to work evenings, not necessarily in the day. And I personally feel that I'm very lucky I don't have kids.
It's a lot cheaper when you don't. A lot cheaper.
And for you guys that do, I have no idea how you handle the work-life balance side of things. I mean,
like I say, it's a lot easier for me because mine are a lot older now. They're 15 and 12. So they're pretty self-sufficient. When they were younger, it was a lot harder. And if it wasn't for family, I would have really struggled. Family and friends have been godsends, especially when it came to looking after kids while I was working. So, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get where I am if it hadn't been for them. Because let's face it, if you've got kids, trying to do anything, let alone work, is hard. You don't get to go out. You don't get to go and enjoy yourselves. Kids come first, as they should. But when you're trying to build an empire and trying to instill work ethic into your children, I think it's important for them to see that as well. So, yeah, definitely a lot easier now with work-life balancing because I can juggle and fit them in where I need to, but it was a lot harder back in the beginning, especially when you're building yourself up and you will say yes to anything and everything just to get out there and shoot. Yeah, it's hard.
People don't know you, do they, to start with? So you have to do so much more.
You really do.
And then you hit a level, don't you, where people are like, oh, I recognise you, I want you, or referrals.
Yeah, I get around.
a little bit better than the other stuff. I think it
Absolutely.
can be super hard. Christine says she's really sorry she came on late, but she's loving your crystals right now
Oh,
that you're holding.
there are so many. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I just surround myself with the energies, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good to go.
Oh yeah, no, that was our connection almost
It
after
was.
splits and the guild.
Oh, my legs were killing me after that. Fair play to you, because you've got much more flexibility than I have these days, and I was just like in awe of how quickly you were like straight down there. Me,
Oh, apparently it's now my party trick at awards
it
night.
really is.
So
I used to be able to do it, no problem. I used to be able to get my legs around the back of my neck and everything, but now, oh no, too old and past it. And
you're not too old and past it, because I never could do it.
no,
I could never do it. This is the
no,
closest
it's
I've
just
ever
my
been to
legs
a
don't
split.
work, so just gotta keep going and keep trying. But yeah,
I think you did pretty well, to be fair, in those pictures and their videos. So I think
I was shooting a wedding last year. Oh my god, when was it? I want to say October-ish. Lovely couple, amazing. And the videographer has caught me. I was doing their portraits, and I'm standing on the gravel, and my legs kept sliding further and further apart, and I was like literally doing box splits while taking photos. I was like, this is not good for you at all. And he's caught me doing it, and he sent me a behind the scenes clip of it. I was like, that's amazing. I love it so much. Thank you so much. And then me like, ooh,
please tell me you shared it.
oh god, yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go in search of this.
It's on my page somewhere. I'll dig it out in a bit actually, and I'll send it across to you. But yeah,
I will. Yeah, I'll share it with everyone.
I don't put on airs and graces when I'm at work. I'm still me. It's why people book me. They book me for me because I'm an absolute lunatic. In the best.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
That's really brilliant.
I was feeling that one as well. And literally, I was going, yeah, I can't get any. Someone's gonna have to help me up now, because I was literally going right down. I was like, oh, yeah, well done.
Oh, hi Emma. Emma's just saying hi to us. Emma was on last week, so if you haven't watched that,
Oh,
you
I'm
go
gonna have
check
to have a
that
nosy.
out.
I'm literally, it's finding time. I will find time. I will sit and watch. But
Yeah, she's we had a good giggle as well. All about sheep.
Ooh.
So if you want to know about sheep's in portraits,
I don't know who I want to know.
oh, it was
Do
brilliant.
you know what? After this, I'm gonna have to go and watch that one and
Let's see about the sheep.
Yeah, definitely. I'm intrigued.
Just anybody that did watch, Emma survived the sheep, so you all know. So anybody that's watching this that watched last ones, she did survive a sheep. So back to you. You've won the wedding photographer now for quite a few years.
Yeah, through various different awards. I think the first one was 2018, and that was the bride book, the first bride book one. No, it might have been the second year bride book that they did. I don't tend to enter competitions really, just because I don't shoot for competition for a start. I shoot for my clients always, because they're the ones paying me. I used to, when I started, I used to try and shoot for competition. When I first joined the guild years ago, when they not long restarted with Stephen Leslie, and I used to enter then, but I don't have time now. I really don't. And like I say, I don't shoot for competition. I shoot for clients, and it's a completely different way. I mean, I don't think
Competitions is completely different.
it really is. It really
unless
is.
you've got that one perfect moment
Amazing.
in an event.
Yes.
Where you happen to have the perfect light coming. Because I think sometimes when you do events, you've
not
as much control.
That rarely happens. I'm more, as it happens, candid. I don't tend to do a lot of pose stuff. So for me, I mean, yeah, you can get some great documentary images, but again, unless you want to really sit there and edit the hell out of them, which I don't tend to do. Minor tweakage, I'm done. I put my stamp on it, I'm done. I don't like Photoshop. I hate Photoshop with a passion. As a photographer, I really should do that, but no, I edit mainly in Lightroom. Unless my bride's got a massive spot on her face, I don't touch Photoshop. I learned that the hard way. I had a bride, her boys both had chicken pox on the wedding. This is when I not long started doing weddings. And I turned up on the day and they're literally like covered from head to toe, just covered. And she's like, "Oh, you can fix that, can you?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I can."
Wow.
Trying to find a piece of skin to clone from was a nightmare, and it took me forever. And I was like, "Do you know what? Next time, charge accordingly." Yeah, I can do that, but it's going to cost.
That must have taken.
It was a nightmare.
Wow.
So yeah, I hate Photoshop with a passion. I know a lot of photographers love it. I don't have time. I like to get my work done as quickly as possible, and I find the quicker you edit the photos, your clients are much more appreciative, and you get more after sales, which is always a bonus. The quicker they get their links to the gallery, they show it to their friends and family, and it's like, "Oh wow," because they're still all hyped up from the wedding. Whereas, yeah.
I thought I'd bring this up while you were chatting, so
my website,
you can see your work.
I'm going to apologise in advance because I slapped that together in about 3 hours. And I'm still now because I'm still not happy, but I don't have time. So it does the job it's supposed to do for now.
Now, Samantha's just demonstrated another thing that a lot of us photographers do, which is apologise straight away for things that we would never have known were an issue.
we are terrible for it. We really are.
Because we really would not have known.
It needs so much work, but I'll get there eventually. I'll get around to it.
I'm just showing you images which don't need work.
Yeah, was already edited. But again, I don't spend too long editing if I can help it. I have my preset that I created, and I slap it on, and I'm done. My head tweakage, like straightening, because I can never seem to shoot straight. I don't know if it's just a lot of us are the same. We can't shoot straight, so it's like, yeah, we're shooting straight, and you get it on computer. It's like, no, that's wonky as hell. Straighten it, because
I have to admit, since I started shooting automotive photography, the straightness thing is a nightmare for me. It has to be straight.
Yeah.
And I can't even get away with it anymore because the car has to be straight.
Absolutely.
I don't like this game. And trying to do a front-on car shot, and you have to make sure that the car isn't even slightly off. Oh gosh.
I could not do what you do. I really couldn't. I don't think I have the patience for all that. And like I say, I like people and emotions, so yeah. And cars are hard. So
cars are hard. Bikes are easier. But in some ways, like the kids, they don't scream at you, or like newborns, they don't poo on you.
That's one thing I don't miss about newborns: getting pooped on or peed on.
Yeah. So yeah, it's slightly different.
The projectile diarrhea was always fun.
I'm just like you. I can do the odd newborn session, but yeah, no. And these are stunning. These are so beautiful.
Yeah,
so beautiful.
I like natural stuff more than anything. It's like, even with a couple shoots, I'll be like, yeah, just stand there, have a smooch. I'll be up in the bush somewhere, or up a tree, or snipering the hell out of it. But yeah, for me, I felt like that. I love that.
This one or the one before?
Or that. I mean, one of my favourite clients anyway, because I do a lot of work for them. But I mean, John, he's stepfather of the great. He passed away last year before. So that wedding, I look back on that and I'm just like, because he was just so nice. He was like, lovely guy.
It's that emotional.
Again, and he was just so emotional because he found out not long. I only found out on the day of the wedding, which made it even more emotional, was that he had a brain aneurysm, and it was just like, okay. Thanks for letting me know this when I'm shooting the wedding, but
not giving you that emotional prep before.
Yeah, I was like, why are you telling me this today? But yeah, so it was.
And like you say, it just makes
so important to get as many pictures of him as possible on that day. I mean, I shoot like a lunatic anyway, and I try and get as much of everyone as possible because you never know what's going to happen. I've had clients come back to me asking for pictures of their moms or whatever because they passed away, and I'm like, of course.
I've even had that in the portrait studio. I had someone contact me last year
Yeah,
for something for about 10 years ago.
yeah.
And it just is, yeah, it's just really hard. You're getting some good comments. We've got Christine saying how beautiful your images are.
Oh,
We've got
thank
Gary saying that
you.
your work is just amazing.
Oh, thanks.
So we've got some lovely, lovely comments.
This is all good for the ego, guys. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Not that we should need that, right? But we do as creatives.
I don't have an ego. I just do me, and I think that's what everyone should do. Just do you.
And funnily enough, just as before we came on, weren't we? We were talking about this.
We were.
And
imposter syndrome, and you know,
yeah,
don't compare yourself to other people, because that's where the problem starts. Just do you. Do what you do. Have your own style. Have your own approach. Be unique. It's like I see so many images now. They all look the same to me. I'm like, find your own style and put a stamp on it. You know, get yourself out there by all means. It's like I love having people come along with weddings with me and shadowing me and learning, because it is hard, weddings especially, for getting out there and getting that experience. And a lot of photographers won't do that. They won't allow people to come with them because there's too much ego. I'm like, get over yourselves. It's about helping other people and, you know, imparting that knowledge and that wisdom, and just being a nice person. Be kind, be nice, don't be a dick.
And it's that hopefully you're going to encourage them as well to be them.
Absolutely.
So even though they're learning from you, if you can
they're finding their own style.
Them, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, so many people say to me, oh, you're absolutely mental at weddings. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just me. I'm not going to put on airs and graces. Clients book me for me. They see me at other weddings, like, oh my God, you're amazing, or whatever, or you're absolutely crazy. We want to book you. And I tend to attract people who are the same as me. They're laid back, chill, love a good party, and just want to enjoy themselves. And that's what life's about. It's about enjoying yourself. And if you don't enjoy something, don't do it. Simple as that. So, yeah.
Says the woman with the wine in her hand.
But she really isn't enjoying it. But, I know. Oh, yeah, not the best bottle. Okay,
I
guys,
couldn't help that then. I was just watching the wine.
Do not buy this bottle. It's disgusting. Disgusting. It's very, very tart. It's not got the best I don't.
Unless you like a tart wine, then.
I like a tart wine that's like really stuck in a lemon. Then yeah, go for it. But I don't drink very often. It's very, very rare. Mainly because of tablets. I can't drink, so I haven't had my tablets today. So I'm like, yeah. I was looking forward to this tonight. So I was like, do you know what? Glass of wine, have a chat.
We prepped, didn't we? We were like, let's do the evening so we can have a drink
while
we do it.
Drive anywhere, I can just chill. Yeah. Until I get a phone call later off the Audi saying, can you come pick me up? Every time. Every time.
Yeah, that's not so good. But, you know, as like you, with what you do, weddings and events, you're out every evening sober. You're out every weekend sober.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to be able to sit and relax occasionally, isn't it?
It is. I mean, to be fair, I don't need alcohol to be a knob. That's just my natural state. But yeah, it's nice every now and then just to let loose and wind down, even if it's not the best. It'll do the job.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. I don't drink very often either, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just don't see the point sometimes.
No.
But, yeah.
Cup of tea, I'm happy. Cup of tea. Every time. Can't go wrong.
Back to the imposter syndrome, though. We were chatting about the social media side, weren't we? And how both of us have changed the way we look at social media.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I did. I used to scroll through and see all the photographers posting their work, and you sit there and you see yourself, oh my God, that's amazing. Why can't I shoot like that? Why can't I be that good? I don't do that now. I will, by all means, I'll look at my friends' work when they post it. I'll be like, yeah, fantastic job, cracking, love the images. But I don't compare. I don't compare my work to theirs anymore. I'm like, no, I do me, you do you. Your stuff's amazing, my stuff's amazing. Simple. As soon as you start comparing yourself to other people, it's a long and winding road, and you don't want to go down there. You do not.
Was there a point, do you think, where you hit that? Do you know what I mean? Was it a gradual thing, or was there something in you just went, you know what? No, I've just got to stop.
No, I think it was like a light bulb moment. I was like, do you know what? Why compare yourself to other people? Why? You're doing an amazing job as yourself. Why should you then sit there and think and doubt yourself? Because you can get wrapped up in that mindset, and I prefer to look on the positive side of things. Definitely, positive outlook on every aspect of life. So why would I want to then bring that down in my work? Do you know what I mean? I was just like, no, enough. Don't go there. Look at your own stuff and just appreciate your journey. Because when I look back at some of the work when I first started, oh my God, it's horrific. I mean, even looking back at work from a couple of years ago, I'm like, oh, really? Because it is a journey. Everyone has their own journey, and they take that journey at their own pace. So I think focus on you, do you. Don't focus on other people and their work. By all means, appreciate other work, because we all get our inspiration from somewhere, but don't compare yourself to that. Be yourself, be unique, find your own style, and live your life. So yeah, definitely.
It's a really good place to be as well, but I know it's a really hard place to be. I always say, compare yourself to the photographer you were yesterday, not to the other photographer.
Exactly. That is exactly what I mean. Yeah.
Because you look at yourself and you can see how you've grown. But if you sit there looking at other people and you don't know how they've shot that, like you say, you hate Photoshop. If you were to sit and compare yourself to someone who say you don't even know they sit there for hours, but they've created this thing not in camera.
Yeah.
And you don't know that. You could be comparing yourself to someone you would never ever be.
Exactly. And there's just no need for that. You know, just be the best version of yourself. You don't need to be somebody else.
So, you? But I think it's really hard. I know when I first started out in photography, I thought I had to have the high street studio.
I did that. I gave it up. It was up
but you think it, don't you?
Yeah, you've got to have the studio, you've got to have this, you've got to have that. No, you don't. You don't have to have anything. As long as you've got an understanding of how photography works, an understanding of light and what you're doing, and you have a passion for it, that's all you need. You don't need anything else. You don't need all the kit in the world. You don't need a studio. You don't need every single prop going.
6 members of staff.
You just need you. You need to understand what you're doing. You need a passion for it. That's all you need. Every time.
When you looked down at your crystal, I thought you were going to go, you need a crystal.
Absolutely. Well done. We all need crystals. I mean, I've got so many close friends. I mean, because I do Reiki as well. So for me, the two kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, and that was just that was started off as a self-healing journey, because my friend did it as well, and she was so busy, and I was like, I want to be able to treat myself, so I kind of like learned the long way around. But and they just
did you what level are you?
I'm working on my masters. So
I did up to my level 2 and then never went any higher.
Really? It's finding time as well, though, isn't it? I mean, let's face it, and it's like getting doing. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I love doing self treatment, but I much prefer when my friend does it for me. It's just so much
100%.
Yeah,
100%. But it's just fascinating because I didn't know you'd done that, and I find it fascinating that you've done it and I've done it.
I know
we've got so many things that
you know. The photography,
mindset.
Yeah, it is about it is the mindset, and I think mindset is very, very important. Absolutely.
I honestly think it's the basis. The number of people that I've coached, and I've seen the people who have the foundations of mindset are the ones that move forward. The other ones stay back.
It is about growth. it's a journey. Life is a journey. Yeah, absolutely.
And we've got Christine as well. Look, there's all of us here today that have done Reiki.
Yes, I'm loving the crowd.
So we've got a brilliant crowd today. But yeah, it's I think mindset is important. But is there anything that you feel you maybe do daily or weekly or within yourself to help with your mindset?
I always make sure I take time to meditate and take time for myself every day, even if it's just going across neighbours and having a brew, so I get that social content in my day. Okay, I said I told Lorna not to interrupt. I'm just getting some tea.
Now she's got to have her live moment. His live moment. Hello.
Say hi. Hi. Hi.
I don't like
his
being on
voice
camera.
started breaking, bless him.
I don't want to be on camera.
Go away then.
Yeah, I'm going to get some.
We were doing so well. He stayed up the stairs for like an hour. Bless him.
He's done really well.
He's the cute one anyway. The big uns.
For the moment.
He has his moments.
This one's 12, going on 7.
Yeah. Bless him. Yeah, no, he's the mommy's boy.
Yeah.
He's a love it.
He is. He'll when he's not having a bit of an attitude problem, he's like, "Love you, mum, love you," and blows kisses at you. I'm like, "Yeah, love you too."
Bless.
But like I say, he's the one who always wants questions.
Unless you stick him in front of camera, which he's not going to forgive you for.
To be fair, he's pretty good. He will pose for me. The big un, not a chance in hell. The last time I managed to get, apart from if Dan's playing football, is the only time I'm allowed to take pictures of him now. The last time I managed to get a photo of him, actually posed for the camera, I had to bribe him to have a picture with his football trophies, and it cost me 2 weekend offender t-shirts and an Xbox gift card.
Wow.
It's like you're taking the mick, child. So yeah,
Wow.
unless he's playing football now, it's the only time I can get pictures.
Please don't forget to ask any questions, by the way, guys. If you have any questions for Samantha at all.
Yeah, or else I just tend to go off on a tangent.
To be fair, we both will, so it's not a problem.
What's wrong, babe?
Nothing. I'm
Right.
just watching a lot.
You're just watching. You're just standing there watching now in the corner. And go back on your guest.
I got another one.
Good boy.
What do you think are some of the hardest lessons you've learned along the way? Bless him.
Oh, now that's a tricky one. God, there's so many there.
There can be a lot, especially with growth and stuff. But
Photography isn't just about taking photos. You need to understand business, business and marketing. A huge part of that. I'd say it's like 5% taking photos. The rest is the business side of things. If you don't have a basic understanding of that, then you're not going to go very far, and you will need to learn fast.
it's that 20-20 rule, isn't it?
Yeah,
With the
absolutely.
marketing, they say like 20% taking pictures, 80% business, and
Yeah.
it's like they say 80% mindset, 20% business.
Yeah. I'd say it's more. I'd say the mindset is definitely more than 20%, though, to be honest.
No, it's the 80. They do it's the 80-20.
Yeah.
So that 80-20 rule that they like to.
They do like to talk about a lot. Yeah, definitely. Because I think when everyone starts like, oh yeah, it's just taking photos. No, it really isn't. There's so much more to it than that. There's like so much more. It's all the admin and everything.
Do you outsource any of it, or do you do it all
I'm a
yourself?
control freak. I am a control freak. I'm very particular. I was going to last year when it got so hard with the whole COVID situation and like the squeezing 2 years of weddings into 4 months and all the editing afterwards. I was just like, when I wasn't shooting, I was literally glued to the computer. And I was so tempted, but then I was like, well, no, because then I'd end up tweaking it anyway. So what's the point? It's going to make extra work and more cost. So crack on and get it done. And to be fair, I'm not one of those that takes forever to edit anyway.
Do you outsource admin or nothing?
No, I will do everything. Like I said, control freak. Can't help it. It's just me. Typical Libra. I like to have everything as it is. So, but yeah, I try and set days for certain things now. So, emails will be on certain days of the week. I will reply on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Weekends, I'm busy. I'm either shooting or I'm doing something. So I will not reply to emails. I try to say that over into like Facebook messages as well, because let's face it, people will message you at stupid o'clock in the morning and expect an instant reply. That's the power of social media. They expect you to be like on call 24/7. I'm like, no, I will get back to you during working hours. So yeah, I try to stick to that. Sometimes I don't, especially if I know the person. I'm like, yeah, you're right, babe. How are you? I'll check for you in the morning when I'm actually up. But until then, you're gonna have to wait. But otherwise, I will wait and leave it, and then I'm like, right, thank you for your inquiry, blah blah blah. Yeah, go from there. There's got to be you've got to cut off, you've got to switch off, and try and stick to that, because otherwise, it is a 24. When you're self-employed, it is 24/7, and you need to not do 24/7. You need to have that balance. So yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard, but I'm getting
You
there.
don't want to burn out, and I've
No.
burnt out before, and it's
Absolutely.
not worth it. It's just not.
No, it's
Yeah.
find that balance and stick to it, because for photographers in general, it is so hard, because we feel like we have to be switched on 24/7. We have to do everything ourselves. It's like, I know I have a friend who's really struggled with the whole COVID situation and feeling burnt out and mental health and everything else, and they've just started outsourcing their editing, and they found it's helped so much. So if that works for you, by all means do it. Me, I like to do it myself, but again, I don't spend months and months editing. I'll have it done within 2 weeks. COVID is a bit long, like last year, obviously, with the postponements and everything else and squeezing them all in, it was a bit longer, and they were fine with it because they knew where they were in the queue. But if it is taking months and months to edit, then no, yeah, outsource, get it out, get it done, get some life back, because you're just going to burn yourself out. You're going to get yourself down. You're going to find yourself spiraling with your mental health, and then you'll just lose the passion for the job. And
I think that's the worst bit. I've seen a lot of photographers who start to lose the passion for what they do. I mean, it's such a shame. I mean, I did in the studio. I was doing 6 sessions a day. You know, we were doing 7 days a week. It was in the studio, stand up, sit down, hold the kids on their own.
Yeah.
Literally, there was this whole change the background, do it again. And you just lose yourself.
It just becomes like, yeah, monotonous, and you know, it's just like factory, in out, in out, in out. And yeah, no, I had a studio briefly. It wasn't for me. I prefer, if I'm doing family shoots, I prefer being outdoor, natural, so you can get that more of an interaction with your clients and get more of a reaction from them. Whereas I found in studio, I wasn't getting that because they were just too concentrated on posing, and it's not my style. So,
do you still do you do creative stuff outside of clients? I'm not saying you don't do creative stuff with clients.
sometimes, yeah, I'll get the urge to do a project. I haven't had one for a while. I need to find something new to shoot. I want to find something emotional and powerful. I have something I'm thinking about doing, but I haven't decided yet. So I will keep you updated on that. But yeah, definitely. I think you have to, I mean, yeah, shoot for your clients by all means, especially if you find that enjoyable. But also shoot for yourself at some point. Find something that inspires you and that you want to create, because that keeps that passion alive. And that's important. So yeah, I do have a project in mind, but I'll just go and work on it first. It's yeah, definitely. I'm gonna take some tweaking, I think, and that's if I can get my head around it, because it's emotional. So yeah, but I think that's where the power lies.
Your TV's slowly going up.
Nightmare. This is on quiet for him as well, because normally it's on 50. you can hear him on the street. So
Oh, he's so beautiful. Bless him. I just thought I'd warn you that it was, yeah.
Turn the volume up by any chance?
No.
Because the volume's creeping up because she's just mentioned
It might have been that lady was louder. I don't know, but
it might be the program. Yeah, I think he's got Escape to the Country on or something like that at the moment. So Escape to the Chateau. Sorry. Yeah.
Bless him.
Yeah.
So, creative wise, so we just did that you do your own creative shoots, which is awesome. I think it's really important, and I think again, a lot of people have lost that creativity throughout COVID, haven't they? I think a lot of people where they haven't been able to shoot during COVID have almost shut down from it.
Definitely. I mean, I during the lockdown, oh god, I was like, I need to shoot something. Couldn't shoot the eldest because he wouldn't let me. Trying to homeschool them, oh my good god, that was hard. Think yourself lucky so much right now because I was the bigger wouldn't do anything. I was happy I was getting to do a bit of a maths whiz or reading a day. I was like, yeah, just do something, mate, because I was so ready to literally drink myself to death. I was literally ready to crawl into the bottom of my. It's the isolation as well, being stuck in the house and not being able to do anything. I was like, I need to shoot something. So that's when I decided to focus more on branding, brand shoots and stuff for other people with their businesses, because you can still sort of do that from the confines of lockdown. You could do online shoots, which was one way of getting around that block, but it was hard. But yeah, no, if I didn't have something to
there
shoot,
was me. I was photographing donuts and chocolate cake.
Nice. I was eating donuts and chocolate, so that was my mistake.
I was shooting, then eating it, and then you can put it through the business guys, right?
Nice. Yeah, no, my downfall was bread during lockdown because my dad's missus was working at the time in Bargain Boots, and they do these amazing breakfast packs, and she'd bring me home a pack every day, and these 6 breakfast packs were like huge. So I was like, a whole pack a day with a roll of soup. I was like, yeah, but I was like, yeah. I was like, I
think we all did that. I think we all did that during lockdown. So it's I have to admit,
all the food in the house at once.
It was a tough time, but I'm impressed, to be fair, that you shot pretty much all of your postponed weddings in, what was it, 4 months? Like, that's crazy.
A lot of them were just like, we just want to get this shit done now. We want to get this done. We want to get married. We just want to do it. And I was like, thank you so much. I need to be shooting. But squeezing it all in was hard. It was hard. I think I've got 2 more this year that are still from postponements, and then I am fully up to date, and I cannot bloody wait because it's been long.
I don't think I know many people that are anywhere near that level that would do it, that have postponed weddings. I think most people are still deep in the trenches of the postponement.
A lot of my clients are like, we'll work around you, which was amazing. And I'm like, well, let's just get this shit done ASAP, because again, especially when clients have already paid you, you don't want to be having to postpone further and further away, because otherwise it's like you're working for nothing. Because at the time, a lot of my clients had already paid me in 2020, and I was just like, yeah, it was
and then no bookings coming in because people weren't booking because they didn't know when they were going to be able to.
The situation was, let's face it, the government couldn't organise this in a brewery, and
they can do that.
Themselves, but
that's about all they
can. Yeah.
We won't go down politics.
We won't go down. We're not going down the politics.
Very reason.
Oh, I will rant. But yeah, no. So it's just like it's nice to be pretty much to the other side of that now. I'm so glad. So glad.
Do you find it a challenge allowing yourself to be you as a photographer?
No.
Did you at the beginning?
At the beginning, yeah. I was like, okay, I need to be very professional, and now, no,
You're quite
I'm
comfortable being you.
Take
And
me-
honestly, I think that's an amazing place to
I
be.
think it's the best way to be. I mean, my clients book me for me because I am absolutely off my rocker. That's my marketing tool.
See, I think you've been amazing and super calm, and like I don't think we've seen that side of you fully yet.
I don't normally do public speaking either. I'm like, oh God, speaking to other people. Oh, do I have to? But yeah, just be yourself.
You've been brilliant, honestly. Like, we're just chilled. This isn't meant to be a crazy, horrible talk. This is just let's let people hear the journeys of photographers. So,
And like I say,
they're not on their
it's
own.
a journey, and I think again going back to that imposter syndrome and mindset, don't compare yourself to somebody else's journey, because your journey is your own, and everyone has their own way of doing things. So just find what suits you and do that. And
and then be the best you can be.
absolutely. And it is about growth as a person and as yourself and as a business. So combine that, but don't compare ever, because that's the worst thing you can do. There's no growth from that. How do you grow from that? You don't. So
the only thing I'll say with comparing, if you really do want to look at someone and you think, wow, they're so much far ahead, if you find yourself saying that, my advice to everyone is stop for a second and go, well, that means I can do it, because if they can do it, I can do it.
This is
so if you catch yourself doing it, change that little mindset. Just say, hang on. And if you need to, just go, hang on, Michelle said that if I can see someone else doing it, then I know I can do it.
Absolutely. It is. It's self-belief. It's believing in yourself, and then just getting out there and getting to that level. Push yourself to that level. Don't think I can't do that. Don't ever think that. Ever. You can always do something if you put your mind to it. So
And if you want to, because we don't all want to. One of us might want to live in a camper van. One of us might want to live in a mansion.
Absolutely.
For some reason, society seems
as we said earlier, we'd love a house just full of crystals. But there you go. Each to their own.
Me too. I'll have a house full of crystals and a
house full of crystals. I know someone who is literally like, their house is literally full, and I'm just like, I'm so jealous. So jealous. I will share you a reel with one of her reels later, Michelle, because
Please do. Please do. Me and Samantha are literally like, I've just ordered something and I've just had a delivery.
You said that picture of your delivery, and I'm like, mine's coming Monday. Yay!
Here's mine.
I still need to unpack some as well, actually. I haven't got around to unpacking. I haven't had time this week. And I was just like, it's sitting there in the box, going, open me. I'm like, I will. When I
am so impressed. I think you should do it when you get off this call.
I'm like, wow. It never normally happens. I'm like ripping into it, going, oh, come here. Yeah, get in there. But no, I just haven't had time. It's one of those weeks where I think, well, April was supposed to be nice and quiet, and it just really hasn't been. So it's last minute jobs coming in and brand shoots and everything else, and obviously it's half term now as well, so it's fun. And I've been taking the eldest to a lot of football games to watch friends lad play when he's not playing, because it's the only time I can do stuff with him. Otherwise he doesn't want to know. He's at that age. He's 15.
I see man in shorts.
Quiet. Oh God. Yeah, so it's the only time I've been able to do anything with him.
That was a brilliant comment, though, to be fair.
Yeah. It's very, very true. Very true.
Oh, dear.
So it's finding time.
It is, and it's balancing everything, and it's choosing your priorities, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's important to you,
Absolutely.
not to society.
Yeah, I mean, my kids and family, but my job is important to me as well. So it's. I love what I do, and I think that is important. It's important for my kids to see me enjoying my work, because then they'll get that mindset that okay, you can enjoy your work life if you find something that you love. So yeah, don't do something you don't love just because it pays the bills. There's no point. Find what you're passionate about and do it.
Everything. What was it? I posted something the other day. It wasn't. I think it was in a private group, and it just basically said, "You don't pay for things with money. You pay for things with time."
Absolutely. That. Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything you buy is paid for in time, and we need to
Yes.
remember that. And
Yeah.
what we choose to get or what we choose to do.
That's so powerful. It
Yeah.
really
I just think it's such an important thing to remember, because our lives are way too short. And we forget, we're like money, and like, oh, it's just money, it's numbers. But when you then think about it at time and how time is limited, whereas money is unlimited.
This is it. I mean, you don't know how long you're here for. You don't know, anything can happen. So basically, you live your life to the fullest, and you enjoy every single second of that. And you just do you, and to the fullest, because that's what it's about. Make
And now
memories.
we've got
Those memories.
everybody.
If you can't preserve those memories, get someone to do it for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Blatant
I
flogging.
think
That.
oh, that was brilliant. It was perfect. It was a brilliant time as well. You just like slide it in sneakily.
All that timing. So yeah, no, definitely, it's life is short. Sometimes
I have a feeling that you've basically just said what you will say. But if you had one piece of advice for photographers, it's going to be that, isn't it?
Yeah, no. If I had one piece of advice, oh God, I've said it a million times. I'll say it again.
Yeah.
Do you, and enjoy every second of it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't doubt yourself. If you believe in yourself, you can do anything. Life is short. Make the most of it. Live it to the fullest. And just squeeze every ounce of joy and passion out of it, because it's important. It's so important. Yeah.
I just can't believe how aligned we are.
I know, it's great.
And that we bonded over splits, and I was sober that night.
That was like, I know, both sober, doing the splits. Crazy. Best way to be. Best way. Yeah. And then to both discover both like crystals, both Reiki, you know, it's a small world, and you gravitate towards people you're drawn, like similar people that you are drawn to. So it's nice, and
I think it is.
I think especially in the photography industry. I mean, in any industry, but in the photography industry, it can be very hit and miss with people in groups, especially about who you can click with, who you feel safe with, and safe in their energy, and I find it's nice to be able to find those people that you can connect with and you can share your story with and share your work and passion with, without feeling that they're going to then turn around and, you know, do all this behind your back, because there is a lot of that. And
try not to get caught up in it, because I know it's easy to in gossiping, and but it's really, really bad energy, guys.
I won't give it the time of day. It's not my vibe. I don't do negative vibes. You want that energy? Fine. Bring yourself down. Keep it to yourself. I'm out. So,
but as we said earlier, photography can be a really lonely place.
It can.
It can be a really lonely business. So hopefully this is inspiring you guys to feel a little less lonely and a little more like
lovely people out there who will join you in your journey.
Mine's run out, but shush, I'll just pretend. Mine was nicer than yours. I'm like this.
I was definitely share this with you. It's going down. To be fair, the more you drink of it, it's not so bad.
Okay, that's the way to go, isn't it?
My granddad just said, by the time I have a third bottle, it'll be good. No, I'm not getting that.
I don't think you're going to get that far. Oh, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Doing this today.
I can't believe I've been chatting random shite for an hour, and
Yep, we have, and and before too.
And before, yeah. I mean, yeah, but that was like We were showing our collections off. It's great.
I know. We could have been, we could have done, I've got collections everywhere.
There's so many. But we'll just have to have a crystal live at one point and just like showing our collection to each other.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. We might do it live if you ask enough, guys.
We'll get them all lined up ready and be like,
Yeah.
that's it.
We'll get some like stuff out. I can't sage out, and we'll do our whole Bernie thing.
Oh, yeah. Get the Palo Santo and I've got some California white sage you can get smudgy. Oh yeah, love the smell of that shit.
We'll do the smudging and the.
Yes.
Well, it'll be a 24-hour live, guys, because it's going to take some time.
Yeah, it might take about a week to go through all the crystals. To be fair, it's ridiculous.
It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah. That's fun. But no,
right, guys. No, thank you. Sorry. Keep going.
I was saying, girls, for having me. It's been fun and I've enjoyed it. Yeah, and hopefully inspire people to just be themselves and enjoy their journey.
Yeah, I think it's super important. And I think you can be more successful being yourself than you can ever be being someone else.
Yeah, definitely. Because people can tell when you're not being yourself. They can. No matter how much you try and how much you put on the front, if you're not being you, you will come across as that. You will connect more being yourself than you will ever try and be someone else. So, yeah.
I'm with you on that 100%. And the same with your marketing, guys. Remember that. Same with marketing.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of how to fake yourself in marketing, but don't be you.
Just be you. My marketing is me like I am a knob and it comes across, but it's all good.
I don't think you are. And I think it comes across that you're a beautiful, positive, energetic person.
Ah, yeah.
Not
a knob.
No.
I really am, but in the best possible way. But no, it is about just be yourself and be positive and, you know, take that mindset with you everywhere you go. So, yeah.
And thank you guys for everybody who's dropped in, dropped out, been with us, is watching it on replay.
Yeah.
You know, if you get any questions later on, just, hopefully you're all, cheersing at the same time, whether it be with orange juice or whether it be with something else.
Yeah, I'm going to because this is not fun.
I'm going to go and have a dessert. That's what I'm going to do. So,
you all know that sounds good as well, actually. I'm just thinking, I've still got some cake. My client brought me cakes the other day because they know me so well. He brought me like trays and trays of cakes, and I'm like, yeah, where's the cake? I've got some cake left, so I'm going to sit and polish these off.
You're going to have cake. I'm going to make hot crumble topping with ice cream because I like it without the healthy apple. You just heat the crumble topping.
I feel a road trip going on.
And you just put it over the ice cream and it's amazing. You don't want the fruit. The fruit's too healthy.
Oh no, that sounds so good right now. So good.
Right, guys, we're going to leave you. Thank you all for staying with us. If you get any questions later on, you know the rules. Just pop a replay message in and I'm sure I can send a quick message during work hours to Samantha and ask what a question. It's not fair. I'm going to go put the oven on now because that is so not fair. Oh dear. And you guys say that I'm bad with cakes when I bring cakes to all my workshops. So okay, guys, thank you so much. And I will update for the one we're having next week because we've got another lovely lady next week. I don't know, it just happens to be ladies at the moment. I have asked the guys too. It's just fitting some of the guys in. Oh, brilliant, right?
Was more assertive than they. You lost it.